Good afternoon, students. Uh, Today's topic is DMA controller registers and basic block diagram and assembly language programming based on the 8237 DMA operation. Okay, so for what we'll learn regarding DMA, especially in the last class, we'll learn the 8237 DMA controller different channels, okay, different pins and pin description, okay, pin description and 8237 operation. Okay, and what are the different registers available in 8237 or 8257 as a current address register, word count register, base address, and command register. Okay, all those are discussed earlier. Okay, and the control word registers are also discussed in the last class. Okay, these are the software commands of that 8237, but no need in the exam point of view. Okay, so here now what are the software commands useful in the DMA operation? Okay. The first software command is clear first or last flip flop. Okay, both are same. Clear first or last flip flop. Okay, is the most popularly used software command in 8237. Okay. What this command performs? This command is executed prior to writing or recording or reading or writing new address or word count. Okay, in 8237 register. Okay, and also this command initializes the flip flop, okay, to know the status and subsequent access of the register contents, okay, by the external microprocessor or microcontroller, okay, with upper byte and lower byte accessing, okay, in a proper sequence. Okay, and what it may be the microprocessor or microcontroller, is it 8086 or is it 8085, what it may be, is it 8051 or is it ARM controller, what it may be, the microprocessor or microcontroller. This 8237 software command is used to especially this 8237 clear first and last software command is used to access the register contents. Okay. And not only microprocessor, here all the information given in the view of microprocessor only. Okay. But it is also suitable for all the microcontrollers. Okay. Uh, Here all the slides are always deals with microprocessors like 8086 only. But the same is applicable to 805 microcontroller, 8052, or PIC microcontroller, or ARM microcontroller, what it may be. Why? Because this 8237 is a third party. Okay, just it acts as an intermediate between the external IO and a master. Okay, that master may be anything. Okay. That is the clear first and last flip flop. And second command is set first. Okay. Okay. Observe the difference between the first command and second command. The first command is a clear first and second command is the set first. Okay, what is the difference between set and clear? Set and clear. Okay, did you listen about the set and clear commands regarding the flip flop? Okay, what are the asynchronous inputs of the flip flop? This is the most frequently asked question in any competitive examination or in any interview. Okay, what are the asynchronous inputs of flip flops? What are the asynchronous inputs of flip flops? Okay, that set and clear inputs are treated as asynchronous inputs of flip flop. Okay, why they are called asynchronous inputs of flip flops? Why? Because basically the flip flop is a memory element or storage element. Okay, it may be used as a synchronous or asynchronous operations and asynchronous or asynchronous counters. Okay, but irrespective of their output or irrespective of their input, okay, I am able to set their output maybe either 0 or 1. Okay, but how it is possible? Okay, irrespective of the clock, irrespective of the input, okay, I am able to set the output or reset the output. Okay, and to make output is 0 or to make output is 1, how it is possible? Okay, these are okay, this is possible only with asynchronous inputs of that flip flop. Okay, here asynchronous inputs are set and clear, that's why okay, here it is always mentioned with clear first or last flip flop. Okay, it is always discussed within flip flop. Understand? Okay, if I want to set the output 1, okay, whatever may be the output of that flip flop, I want to set that output is 1. Okay, then just I enable that set signal. Okay, set input. Okay, uh, when we observe, this is the flip flop. Okay, just consider this is one J flip flop. This is the J input, and this is the K input, and this is the clock. Okay, and this is the Q, and this is the Q bar. Okay, this is the general JK flip flop. Okay, this is the general JK flip flop. Okay, this is the J input, and this is the K input. Okay, then where I have to insert that synchronous inputs. See here, I am inserting asynchronous inputs here. Just I am inserting asynchronous inputs here as this is called here that set first. Okay, the name mentioned as set first. Okay, the same is here mentioned as preset, PRE. Okay, additionally, PRE is the term used here, preset. Okay, and this asynchronous input is second asynchronous input is clear, CLR. Both are active low signals. Okay, preset and clear. Okay, that's why here the first two commands of the 8237 is given as clear first and set first. Okay, set first means preset. Okay, set first means the name itself indicates it is a preset. Okay, what is the purpose of the clear first, and what is the purpose of the set first? Okay, clear first. Just I want to clear what are the contents available in that buffer registers. Okay, or from which register I want to copy the address. Okay, content address register is there. Okay, or to read that address in a sequence when we interface that 8237 DMA controller with master, any master. Okay, that may be microprocessor or microcontroller. Okay, similarly, what is meant by set first? Set first. Okay, okay, the name itself indicates set first. Okay, this command especially used to set the flip flop to select the higher byte first. Okay, in an order of lower byte. That's all. That is the purpose of the set first. Okay, here how it is explained here is this command will set the flip flop to select the higher byte. Okay, on read and write operations to address the address and word count registers. Okay, that is obvious. And which register it's want to set? Okay, only from address and word count registers. Similarly, and next one is the master clear. Just like an clear first, and next command is master clear. Okay, what is meant by master reset? Master reset. Okay, and when we reset our mobile, okay, okay, when our mobile, okay, our mobile contains one hard reset button. Our mobile contains one hard reset button. Okay, when we press that hard reset button, hard reset button is somewhat different with okay, normal reset button. Why? Because hard reset button must require long press. Okay, whereas ordinary reset button require only short press. That is the different. That is the difference. Okay, and when we press that hard reset button, okay, our mobile simply loaded with its factory settings. And when we purchase the mobile without any our personal data, okay, Okay, how the settings are available in that mobile. Okay, there is a factory settings. Okay, and when we press the hard reset button, okay, how those registers are cleared. Similarly, here master clear operation is also just like that hard reset. I mean, uh, just like that factory settings. See here, that master clear, that software command especially used to clear, okay, all the registers. What are the registers available in that 8237? All those registers are initialized with its a normal value. The normal value means, for suppose, uh, the program counter is there. Okay, okay. In some microprocessors, the program counter is loaded with all zeros. Okay, when we press the reset button, but some of the registers are loaded with some fixed value like 0xFFFFF. Okay, okay, what are the basic values? Okay, while it is in reset position. Okay, those are called default values. Okay, those are called default values. Okay, when we press that reset button. Similarly, here master clear button is pressed. Okay, the DMA, okay, which contains the number of registers. All those registers are initialized with its default values. See here, master clear. This software command has the same effect of the hardware reset. See here, okay, the same term. Okay, hard reset or hardware reset, both are same. Okay, hard reset or hardware reset. Okay, he also explained with the same example. The software command is used to for the purpose of to obtain the same effect of that hardware reset. Okay, the command register, status register, request register, and temporary registers, and internal first last flip flops and mode register and counter are cleared. Okay, these are the registers available in the DMA. So all those registers are clear or loaded with by its default values. Okay, that is the purpose of the master clear or master reset. Both are same. Okay, but here command master clear is used instead of the master reset. Okay, why? Because why they not mentioned with a master reset? Why? Because this 8237 is the slave. Okay, one master is there. Okay, this 8237 unable to work individually. That 8237 is always intermediate between external IO and master. Okay, that master may be anything, microprocessor or microcontroller. Okay, that's why this 8237 is always acts as a slave. Okay, okay, that's why to clear the contents of the slave, okay, here we use master clear. Okay, master reset means that master reset is available in the master, that is a processor controller. Okay, and when we press that master, okay, when we press that master reset, okay, it clears all the registers available in the master itself, and what are the slaves which is connected to that master, okay, also clears. That is the difference between that master clear and master reset. Understand? That's why here it is not mentioned with master reset, just it is a master clear. Okay, and when we press that master clear, simply all those registers are loaded with the default values, that may be 0 or okay, and according to the design, okay, that may be 0 or it may contains some values, okay, default values. At the same time, when we press that master clear, that 8237 will enter to idle cycle. Okay, one idle cycle is there. Okay, and they do nothing. Okay, that is the purpose of the master clear. That is the third software command used for 8237. And fourth software command is clear mask register. Okay, here directly mentioned. Okay, master clear clears all the registers available in the DMA, whereas clear mask register especially work on mask register only. Okay, what are the contents available in that mask register only cleared to 0. Okay, that is the purpose of the clear mask register. Okay, so here this clear mask register, this command clears the mask bits of all four channels. Okay, already you know 8237 having the four channels, the channel 0, channel 1, channel 2, and channel 3. Okay, okay. It contains the mask bits. Okay, those mask bits are cleared with this mask register. And next one is clear mode register counter. Clear mode register counter. Okay, already you see in the HDS class is the clear mode register counter. Okay, the title itself shows the maximum information. Clear mode register counter. Clear mode register counter. Okay. Since only one address location is available for reading mode registers. Okay. An internal 2-bit counter has been included to select the mode registers during the read operation. Okay. That is the basic read operation available in that 8237. Okay. To read that mode registers, first execute clear mode register counter command. Okay. Then do consecutive reads. Okay, byte by byte. Okay, one after one. Okay. To read that mode registers, first execute the clear mode register counter command. Then do consecutive reads until the desired channel is read. Okay. Actually, 4 channels are available. Okay. Among that 4 channels, I have to read channel data one by one. Okay. uh, Especially this clear mode register counter command do consecutive reads, okay, until the desired channel is read. Okay, among the 4 channel. Okay, for which channel the required data is available, in which channel the required data is available. Okay, until that data, okay, they execute the same command. Okay. At the same time, it is always read the channel data in a systematic way, like starting from channel 0. Okay. Next channel 1, channel 2, channel 3 consecutively. After the channel 3 again goes to channel 0. Okay, just like an sequential statement execution in a while loop. Okay, the lower 2 bits, okay, on mode register will read as once. Okay, especially for that clear mode register counter. Already you see in that command word of that mode word register. The lower 2 bits on all mode registers will read read as once. Understand? Okay, that is the 5th software command of that 8237. See here, channel 0, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. Okay, already I told you that 8237 having 4 channels: channel 0, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. And what are the different registers available in that channels? Okay, what are different registers? Base and current address register, base and current word count register, okay, and current word count register. Okay, these are the 4 registers available in each channel. See here the operation of each register also here. Okay. Base and current register. Okay, just you have to write current address read, base and current word count, write again current word read. Understand? And these are the signals. Okay, what are the signals here? Okay, here 8237 deals with memory or IO. Okay, here 8237 acts as intermediate between external IO, not memory to memory. Here data transfer between external IO to memory. Okay, that's why here always use the command control signals like what are the control signals available here according to IO. They're according to memory read and memory write with chip select. For IO devices, that is IO read and IO write along with chip select. Okay. Similarly, to find that port address, we use, okay, lower byte, okay, lower byte of the address. Okay, A0, A1, A2, A3. Similarly, to transfer the data corresponding to that address, we use one 8-bit data bus. Okay, depending upon the master. Okay, depending upon the master, we have to connect data bus to data bus, address bus to address bus. Okay, it is always from LSB to MSB. Okay, no need to by heart it. This is not. It is not considered for the final examinations also. Okay. Just only for the information. What are the different registers available in each channel? See here. This is very important. Okay. See here. This is a basic block diagram of 8237. Okay. Earlier we see entire DMA operation. Here only the part of 8237. Okay. In DMA operation, what are the blocks we discussed? 8237 along with one master. Okay, where that 8086 acts as a master there. Okay, and interface memory for that 8086 and external IO. Okay, and with that 4 blocks, they explained the DMA operation, and this is only the part of that block given as entire 8237 block diagram. See here, 8237. Okay, not only 8237, any programmable peripherals 8255, 8257, 8237. So both are same 8257 or 8237. Okay, and 8251, 8279, okay, 8253, 8252. Okay, all those are programmable peripherals. Okay, all those modules having one timing and control unit. Okay, already we discussed in the last semester for microprocessor peripheral devices, timing and control unit. Okay. What are the signals having this timing and control unit block? See here, EOP, end of the process, reset. There is a master reset, CS bar, active low chip select bar, ready signal. What is the purpose of the ready signal? Okay, this pin is also very important in the competitive exam point of view. What is the purpose of ready signal? That ready signal is used to provide the synchronization among faster and slower devices, or to provide the compatibility between high-speed devices and low-speed devices. Okay, already I explained with an example of printer and CPU. Similarly, clock signal, address enabled signal, address strobe, memory read, memory write, IO read, and IO write. All those signals are discussed in detail in the day before yesterday's class. Okay. And see here, decrementer and temporary word count register, incrementer, same. Okay, a temporary address register. Okay, all those are not user accessible. Okay, temporary word registers and temporary address registers are not user accessible. Okay. Similarly, see here, priority encoder and rotating priority logic. This is called a priority resolver. This entire block is called priority resolver. That name is not mentioned here, but this entire block is treated as a priority resolver. Why? Because okay, this priority resolver having number of requests. Okay, already I explained the same concept with an example of our classroom. Okay. Okay, just rewind that example. Similarly, here a number of multiple requests are available here. Data request 0, data request 1, request 2, request 3, request 4. Okay, and multiple IO devices send their requests. Okay, this priority resolver okay receives those requests and prioritize. Okay, which one is having highest priority? Okay, which IO device is having highest priority? Okay, that priority is assigned by that priority resolver or priority encoder. Okay, and this is the logic used by that priority resolver. Okay, rotating priority logic. And one after one, one after one, one after one. Okay, if highest priority interrupt is occur, okay, and your request from highest priority is occurred, then it assigns uh, highest priority to that interrupt. Okay. Similarly, in response to that interrupt request or data request, okay, here okay, they receive request, but okay, uh, we not dealt with interrupt request. Why? Because earlier we see 8259 controller is there. Okay, that 8259 is the PIC, programmable interrupt controller. 8259 is the PIC, programmable interrupt controller. That programmable interrupt controller having one priority resolver again. That priority resolver prioritize input interrupts. Okay. Similarly here, the priority encoder and rotating priority logic also having one priority resolver, but the difference is okay where the priority resolver takes a number of inputs from external okay any IO device or non-IO device, whatever it may be. But here, but here, this priority encoder and rotating priority logic is treated as a priority resolver, but it prioritizes only requests from IO devices as data requests. Okay, that is the difference between the priority resolver in 8259 and priority resolver in 8237. Okay. Similarly, what are the additional controls it contains to communicate with master? Okay, that a data request and data acknowledgement is always deals with external IO devices, whereas to deal with the master, okay, so the same data request and data acknowledgement is not used. Okay, they are the standard signals. Okay, they have standard signals to deal with a master. Okay, what are those masters? What are those signals available to deal with master? Is hold and HLDA. Already I told you many times. Hold and HLDA. Hold is the request signal. In response to that request, it sends acknowledgement signal as HLDA. Okay. See here that hold signal is also write as HRQ and hold request HOLD or HRQ. Okay. Especially for that master, uh, okay, they labeled okay the signals here as okay here that HLDA as the incoming signal in the master. See here, for suppose this is the master. Okay, the same HLDA is treated as an outgoing signal. Okay, and HRQ is treated as a incoming signal and labeled with HOLD. Okay, it may be in 8085 or 8086. Okay, and single processor or multiprocessor. This is the hold signal and this is the HLDA signal. Okay, here HLDA is directly mentioned with HLDA, but HRQ hold request is mentioned with HOLD. That is the difference. Okay, that's all. And next, already you know what are the commands, software commands available for the 8237. Similarly, for interrupt mask registers and interrupt request registers. Okay. And internal data bus. Already you know internal data bus is used to communicate data in between internal register. Similarly, write buffer, read buffer. Okay. Status register, temporary register. Okay. This is the external data bus DB0 to DB7. Already I told you this is the 8-bit data bus having. Similarly, command control. Command control is the internal here. Okay, not external. This is the command control is internal here. Similarly, output buffer. Okay, output buffer and IO buffer. Okay, two buffers are there. Output buffer and IO buffer. Okay, IO buffer is interfaced with the lower address nibble. Okay, A0 to A3, whereas output buffer dealt with higher nibble as A4 to A7. Okay. Similarly, it is also having write buffer. Okay, read write buffer. The read write buffer having a read current address. Okay, read current address. Similarly, what is the current word count? What is the current word count? Okay, and then how many words are transferred from the external IO device to processor is counted by using that current word count register. Okay. Similarly, base address and base word count. Okay, that is also available within the DMA. Okay, and these are the basic building blocks of that 8237. Okay, see here how to initialize the DMA transaction. How to initialize the DMA transaction? Okay, how to initialize the DMA transaction? Already you know that interrupt process. Okay, the same process is repeated here. See here, during the initialization of the DMA transaction, save the current interrupt status. Okay, save the current interrupt status and disable the interrupts by executing CLI instruction. What is meant by CLI here? CLI. Okay, here CLI stands for clear interrupt. Already I told you and explained with 8086 flag register. Okay, in that one flag register is there. Okay, interrupt flag. Okay, one controlled and controlled flag and uncontrolled flags. Two types are there: conditional and unconditional, like or okay, conditional and unconditional, or controlled and uncontrolled. Okay, flags are there. Total 9 flags are there. That is to divided into two parts as controlled flags and uncontrolled flags. And the controlled flags are the 6 flags. Okay, already you know sign, zero carry, parity, auxiliary carry, overflow, and controlled flags. Okay, remaining 3 directional, trap, and interrupt flags. Okay, what is the purpose of the interrupt flag there? Okay, already okay, the same is explained here. Save the current interrupt status and disable interrupts by executing CLI instruction. Okay, clear interrupt instruction. Okay. Disable the channel that will be used for the transaction. Understand? Okay, disable the channel that will be used for the transaction. Okay, and reset the flip flop by okay, how to reset the flip flop? By simply writing 0x to that register and set the mode register and set the page register and set the offset register and set the block size register and enable the channel and restore the interrupt status. Okay, and again I'm enabling that interrupt. Okay, initially I'm disabling with instruction called CLI, that is called clear interrupt, and finally restore the interrupt status means uh, it is again okay, and after completion of this process again I have to enable that the interrupt with the instruction called STI. Okay, here disable with CLI and enable with STA. Okay, but here is not mentioned that instruction. Okay, STA instruction is there. Set interrupt. CLI stands for clear interrupt and STA stands for set interrupt. Understand? This is the initialization of the 8237. Next, programming of 8237. Of course, okay, programming part is not there, and as per your syllabus, okay, and the exam point of view. But see here, programming the 8237 means first program the address and counter registers. Okay, program the address and counter registers. Okay, and to start this programming of 8237, first clear the flip flop, disable the channel, program the LSB, and program the LSB and then MSB, and similarly program the LSB and MSB for the word count or byte count, whatever it may be. Okay, and finally select the mode of operation and enable the channel. Okay, and what are the previous steps used? The same is mentioned here as a sequence. Okay, and this is the one assignment. Okay, and here they dealt with the 8086, but okay, as per our syllabus, okay, that 8237 programming with 8051 is very convenient. Okay, so we see in the later classes the programming of 8237 with 8051 if possible. Okay, and this is not mandatory. Okay, and only to know what is what and how to program that 8237 program DMA. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's all about DMA. Okay, that's all about DMA. So in the next class I will tell you device driver programming. Okay, device driver programming. Okay, so that's all for today's class. I will continue in the next class. Thank you.